Well, if you've played the Lotto before, you know the chances of winning are almost near impossible, really. Some of us think you need a complex series of numbers to win the Lotto, right? But 20 lucky people are now about 5.6 million rand richer after just keeping it simple, really. Joining us is the head of corporate relations at Ithuba, Busisiwe Msizi, to tell us about how, Busisiwe, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, and voila, I'm richer. Many people are not believing it. How did it happen? What's this, Busisiwe?
It is very possible. We use a system called a random number generator, and it randomly picks the numbers that will be the ultimate winning numbers. And just like with any sequence, whether you are playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or any other combination of numbers, there's a 1 in 42 million chance that you will hit the jackpot. And we see this with the 20 lucky winners who have each walked away now with just over 5 million. And what's interesting is that these winners all picked their numbers manually. So these were not quick picks via the system, but these individual players picked their own numbers, ranging from retailers. We actually have 2 winners that played via the banks. We've got a winner from FNB as well as a winner from ABSA. So, you know, it might be uncommon for us to see these numbers sequence come up, but a lot of people play these sort of simple, basic combinations, and we see it all the time.
But you've heard the questions being asked, right? I mean, the common thread that I've seen since becoming aware of this story earlier on today are people suggesting that something fraudulent is happening here.
Most definitely not. As explained, you know, the random number generator system is a computer-based system that really is used by lotteries all over the world. And it is a verified and audited system. There is no human intervention at all with this particular system. And once the numbers have been randomly selected, they are then sent to our lottery central system and also checked against the independent verification system by the auditors. So all of these numbers have to check out on all of these, you know, backup systems as well. And it's not unusual at all for a combination like this to come up, especially when you've got 20 players that believed in these particular numbers.
So if nothing fraudulent happened, surely, Busisiwe, there was an error, right? I mean, for them to be in that exact sequence, there was an error, wasn't there?
No, not at all. I mean, think about it this way. How many people set up a password and they say password 1, 2, 3? You know, there's a lot of people out there that are keeping it very simple and not trying to come up with complex number systems and combinations. So,
I agree. That's, you know, people,
just,
but not the random number generator computer system. The odds of it coming up with exactly that.
This particular system, remember, as I started off, whether you are playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, your chances of winning, the odds are the same. It's 1 in 42 million. And it so happened that in this particular case, you know, these numbers were randomly chosen by the RNG.
And just tell me about the winners in terms of the spread. I've heard what you said, that some played via the banks and a lot played through the retail outlets. But in terms of the geographic spread, where are they from?
So we've got winners from Gauteng, Northern Cape, Free State, KwaZulu-Natal. I see a winner from the Eastern Cape here as well. There's a winner from Limpopo. And what's interesting is this morning, one of these lucky winners actually just came through to claim at the National Lottery head office in Sandton.
So 5.6 million.
So we are now waiting for 19 more. The search is on.
So 5.6 million rand is what they share, right? And roughly how much do they each walk away with?
It is 5,688,468 with 21 cents on top. So that's how much they're all walking away with. And remember, we've seen these jackpots being shared by more than one person before. So history tells us, if you remember 2018, we had the big Powerball jackpot that was shared by 4 people that also played the same numbers. So it's, we're very excited. I think it is a festive year, millions for the National Lottery, and we're definitely very happy to see that 20 people will be sharing this big jackpot.
Has this ever happened before, Busisiwe? This combination that's in terms of the numbers in the exact order, as if they were being ordered by someone?
Not in this particular order, but also remember, as they were being drawn, they didn't come in this particular sequence. So it started off with 8, 5, 9, 7, 6, and 10. That's how the numbers came up. So, you know, in numerical, that's where you get the 5, 6, 7, 8 with the 9, as well as the Powerball of 10. But to just also remind our players from history is that just 5 draws ago, it was another sequence, not exactly like this one. We had 11, 12, 36, 37, 38, and a bonus ball of 12 come up. So even though the you know, getting these sequences to come up is not unusual, but this particular one, this is a first for us. We haven't had an issue or a case like this before.
So just for me to run this by you one more time, the odds, Busisiwe, of what are the odds that, you know, there was some work being done on the computer system itself, the random number generator, upgrades or, you know, maintenance work on the networks and whatever software that's there, and as a test, let's test it and see, and, you know, it generates numbers, and that test was then not cleared from the system, and then at the point at which the draw was live, this is, of course, a scenario I'm trying to think of in my head. It's not that I'm suggesting that I know how it all works. What are the odds that that's what happened? That, you know, there was some work,
0.
maintenance, etc.
There was no maintenance in our systems last night, 0 chance of, you know, any human intervention or system upgrades, as you put it, or tests that were happening at the time. These were all randomly generated numbers that came out in the way that I called them out. And for us, I think it's exciting to find out that there's actually people that think of these simple, basic numbers when they play the National Lottery.
Sure, Busisiwe. And this number of people that actually won also, as you say, 20 people choosing the same numbers. And I see that just below that, there's another large number, I think it's 79, is it, of people who played just the 5 numbers correctly and didn't play the bonus ball correctly as well. The number itself, what would you say to someone who says, I get that, you know, 3, 4 people would get the sequence right, but 20 people, and then beneath that, the second layer, 79 or so people getting it in that order?
What it's basically saying to us is people are keeping it simple. Rather than coming up with complicated and complex number sequences, we're seeing more and more people just play simple numbers. And this is exactly what's coming up, you know, and what we saw last night. So for me, I think it's actually quite exciting to find out that it's not always the, you know, well thought out combinations and, you know, playing your children's birthdays. Sometimes it is about keeping it simple, you know, like I mentioned earlier on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If it's your day, it's your day, and the numbers come up, you've won the jackpot.
What did you call it? Festive Yama Millions?
It is definitely a festive Yama Millions, and the National Lottery is definitely making it rain millions. 20 winners, each walking away with 5.6 million.
Busisiwe Msizi, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Well, there you have it, folks. We asked and we got the answers. It did happen. I imagine there must be a lot of dance instructors and aerobics people, instructors who are now thinking, I say these numbers every day, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should have just played them and, you know, I would be rich. And there are the numbers on your screen there. I've never played the Lotto myself, but after this, surely I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then bonus ball 6. Surely. Let's see how it goes.